Guys, thank you very much for clicking on this video. Today we're going to speak about WWE trading cards and how to collect them if you're in the UK, because if you are a UK resident, you will know just what a sore subject it is picking up wrestling trading cards, because Panini, goddamn, you guys do us dirty in the UK and the European regions, and we'll discuss that. We'll go through all of that in this video, and we're going to be using the 2022 WWE debut edition set as our reference point. There is a specific reason for that, which we'll again get into a little bit later, and we can take a look at the different kind of cards. So as you can see, we've got some champion cards here. We've got the Hulkster and we've got Undertaker, and this unfortunately is this is what champion cards look like, and this is another thing that we're going to discuss. So without further ado, let's zoom out and let's take a look at some of these cards. It's worth noting at this stage, guys, that I've got these all like displayed up and they're in, a hard case. These cards retain zero value. So if you're an investor, I would say that there's no point getting into this set. If you're a collector and you collect literally for the chase, then that's absolutely fine. Then you're going to probably enjoy this set, and we'll discuss that in a minute. But these cards don't necessarily hold value. I think I've seen maybe like £30 or something like that for someone wanted to pick up some of these cards in America just because they're not released there. And this is 2022, so it gets harder and harder to pick these cards up with each given year. Maybe a full set will be worth something in a few years' time, but if you're an investor, this isn't the way to go. But again, there's ways and means, and if you've got a whole binder, you've got all the parallels, and you've got it displayed all nicely, there's probably a way to recoup some money from these cards. But just as a rule, do not get into this set if you are an investor. Anyway, enough of that. Let's take a look at some of these cards. So if we just look at the bog standard cards in this set then. So here we've got a Tommaso Ciampa, and this is kind of what these cards look like, guys. Look, there's no difference in these cards. This is what they're going to look like. It's not that offensive. It's very uninspired. That image is pretty cool, don't get me wrong, but the cards themselves, there's just not that much to them. Don't buy this set if you are expecting to get some holos. Don't pick up this set if you're expecting, a serious chase, because that's not necessarily what these cards do. They're very, very bog standard. There's some information on the back there. As you can see, that's number 57. I believe there is 160 cards in this set. So it's not a big set. And there is something just rewarding about getting a set and completing it. That, to me, that's the kind of collector that I am. I'm not an investor. I just collect them because I like collecting them. Anyway, let's flick through some of these. So we've got a Tommaso Ciampa there and a Bailey. Again, pretty good images. There's nothing wrong with the images here, but the cards are just uninspired. Even the cut, the way these cards are cut, it's just, they're just really rough, boxy edges. Like, there is no finesse to these cards. So let's keep going through. We've got a Nikki ASH. This is one of the rare cards. This is a red parallel. As you can see, it's still got some information on the back there, number 88. So this is kind of what you're chasing in this set. Now you tell me, looking at this and looking at this, really what's the difference in excitement? You pull one of these, brilliant, because they're a little bit more rare, I guess. But you pull one of these, there's just no excitement. There's just no love given to these cards. That's my kind of take on it. And as we make our way through these cards, let's just pick these up. We've got Dewdrop there. As you can see, like, the images are not bad, but the cards, we've got the King of Strong Style. The cards are just uninspired, And you'll notice something here, that this isn't a trading card game. This is simply a sports card collection, and that's part of the problem, and that's one of the reasons we've got the 2022 debut edition here, because Panini did run into some trouble. I believe something to do with their agreement meant that they actually needed to release a trading card game, and instead they released these. So there was some issue. I think they lost the license, and they've since got it back, and now they'll be doing, there's a new set called Adrenaline XL in the UK, which is a trading card game. Very small set, and I've got some of them that we'll go through at some point in this video. But anyway, let's keep going through. So we've got Bobby Roode, we've got Finn Balor, and as you can see, there's not much difference in these cards. We've got Jinder, Fabian Eichner, Santos Escobar, Lacey Evans. There is nothing wrong really either there. Look, with how these cards look, they are just very, very basic, and this just kind of makes up what these cards look like. Oh, we've got a blank one there. Keep going through. Ridge Holland, Carmella, Jimmy Uso. So that's what these look like. If we just lay these out here in front of us, that is what the standard cards look like. Now there's been a bit of a spoiler alert because you can see the Champions cards, so let's just dig into some of them. Okay, starting off with another blank card, but this is what the Champion cards look like. And again, I mean, can you tell me that these are like really exciting, passionate cards to chase? Because to me, they are, oh, we've got some doubles, look, they're very bog standard. There is just, you know, there is nothing inspiring going on with these cards. Again, you know, look, that's a nice, you know, cool image of Cena. That's a young Randy Orton there. Pretty good image. We've got the man, you know, Brock Lesnar. There's a card that you're probably not going to see much more of. There's nothing wrong with these images. You've got Hunter there. King of Strong Style again. We've got the Taker, which is the same one there. Just to me, like, if I'm going to get a Champion card, I want to see some foil. I want to see some kind of embossment. You know, embossment, is that even a word? I want my card to be embossed, but I don't know. We've got the Roman Reigns card, Randy Orton again, another Brock, Stone Cold. This is a cool image of Stone Cold, really like that. The belt is a bit weird and floaty there, but maybe it's been superimposed. Anyway, so that's the Champion cards, and as I flick through these, there is not much more to see. You know, that is what the Champion cards look like. It's really hard to actually have much more of a conversation about these cards because that is it. That is what the Champion cards look like. So we've got our Champion cards laid out there. Out of the Champion cards though, this is my favorite. I've got this one top loaded, but you know, I'm under no illusions that this card is worth anything. Brett is my hero, and I figured I'll just preserve this one just because Brett is the man, and you know, he's my absolute favorite wrestler. Okay, so moving on to the other type of card you get in this set. You got the basic cards there, you got your Champions here, and the other cards you can get are these. These are the Legends cards. These are the reason that I'm actually picking this set up, because I want to get all of these Legends. So let's have a little flick through. We got Vader, we got the Hot Rod Roddy Piper, again, my guy, Bret the Hitman Hart. We got Bruno Sammartino, the Immortal Hulk Hogan. Again, that's a cool picture, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. It just lacks some like passion. JBL. Now I believe, oh, we got a Lex. Now this is good that this has come up. So if I scroll through, all right, take a look at this. So this is your basic Legends card. This is Lex Luger, the Lex Express, the Narcissus. And if we take a look here, this is another one of the chases. So this is the red parallel Lex Luger. Now, guys, Panini, you're telling me that I'm going to be more excited about getting this card over this card. Why? Like what? For what reason? Why am I more excited about this? I just don't get it. You know, it's like they had this license and they just rushed it out because they needed to get a product out. That's what this feels like to me. Like the UK and Europe feels like we're like an afterthought and like, ugh. But I mean, you know, generally speaking, that's a cool image of Lex. Let's continue to go through some of the Legends that I've got. We've got Dusty Rhodes. I don't know why they chose that particular picture, but here, you know, we are where we are. We've got Sami Zayn. Oh, he's snuck in there. That's just a basic card, but it's a red parallel from the normal cards there. Yokozuna hitting that Samoan drop on Undertaker. We've got the Godfather again. This is a Legends Godfather. I don't know why they've gone with that particular image, but maybe it's because he can't have the hose nowadays. I don't know. Booker T hitting that scissor kick. Rikishi, another badass Samoan there. And as you can see, these cards they're fine. And that's going to be the thing that I keep saying in this video is they are fine, but they're missing something. Terry Funk, rest in peace, the Funker. What a legend this guy is. We got Beth Phoenix Legend card. So this is a red parallel. Oh, and there we go. There's the other version. So that's the kind of chase and the bog standard Legends card. Again, beautiful images of Beth there, but it's just missing something. This card coming up now, this Stone Cold Steve Austin card, it is so basic, and this is going to go against everything that I'm actually saying, but I really wanted this card because it's just like pitch black. There's not much to it. I just think this is like a real like gangster image of Stone Cold. I really, really like this image. We got Mick Foley. Look at that, throwing up the cactus, bang, bang. The Rock, you know, this is like the golden era of The Rock here. I guess this is when he was on fire. And moving on to another one of the chases, which is the green parallel cards. Again, guys, you're telling me I want to get excited over this card. JBL is one thing. You know, JBL, what a run he had when he first became JBL. The stuff he did with Eddie was just insane. But, you know, and the image is fine. But that aside, this is a chase card. This is a rare card, a green parallel. Like, guys, come on, do better. Anyways, so that is the this is the Legends cards. This is what I've got. This isn't a complete set, by the way. We'll do some box breaks and some rips when I get some new ones. And again, this is the 2022 edition, so it's not new. It's not in circulation as common, you know, as common as it was when it first came out. But I'm going to get some from Amazon, as they're still around on Amazon, and actually from the Panini website you can still pick them up. So that brings me on to the next subject, which is how can you collect these in the UK? How can you collect wrestling cards? So your options are this, which is the 2022 Panini debut edition. You can get this from panini.co.uk, amazon.co.uk have them. You might find them in some bargain boxes in supermarkets like Asda and Sainsbury's and stuff like that all around the UK, but they're not in circulation at the moment. These are done. You know, this is a 2022 card. And then 2023 was when everything went wrong with Panini and WWE with the licensing issues. And again, if we just take a look across this card set, you'll see these are just character cards or sports cards. They are not trading cards. And that's what the issue was in the first place. So Panini needed to rectify that to get the license back. And we are now in 2024 and there is a new product. So just to summarize, amazon.co.uk at the moment is where you can get these. And you might find them in bargain bins, but you can still pick them up on Panini's website. So it's a look, and let me just say this overall, looking across this now, you can see this image here. This is quite a fun set to pick up. I mean, it's just fun picking up a Bret card. You know, I'm a massive fan of Bret Hart. He's my hero, and this was my era. You know, seeing Vader, I mean, that's a cool image of Vader. That's a cool image of the Hot Rod. So from that point of view, just picking the cards up for that reason is great. They just lack imagination and creativity. That's all I'm saying. Even the cut of the card, like I mentioned earlier, very boxy, very like rough around the edges. And if I turn this is a perfect fit sleeve. If I turn this round, because it's not a clear one, it's got the black on one side and the clear on the other. If I turn this round, you'll see what I mean. These sleeves, they fit all of my other cards. So Pokemon, Disney, Lorcana, they fit perfectly because that's what they're designed to do. If I flip this round, take a look at that. So actually these cards, they just stick up a little bit at the top. And it's they just lack inspiration. Anyway, whatever, let me put that down. This is another chase that you can get in this set. This is a green parallel champions card of Satomura, as you can see there. I've got the standard one in here somewhere, I won't fish through. So again, you're telling me I'm supposed to be excited about this? Come on. So anyway, look, if you're a collector and you just want to collect cool wrestling cards, you know, I mean, these look cool to display. They just do, don't they? There's nothing wrong with it. But when you're seeing like Prism cards and all the other really cool cards in America that you can pick up, that not only do they look cool, there's a legitimate chase, they hold value, you can sell them, you can invest. There's not much you can do with these cards apart from look at them. And even to look at, they are not the best. But I'm a collector through and through. If you just look behind you, you'll see that I've got just a whole bunch of crap here. There's not really that many complete sets of everything. I've got all of the Turtles there from the Mutant Mayhem movie, but these mystery minis are not complete. I've got some Masters figures there. I haven't got all of them. I've just got the ones I want. And that's the kind of collector I am, you know. And if I can get all of the Legends from this series, I'll be happy, and that's fine. But I'm probably going to try to complete the binder at the very least. It's just, yeah, I just wish we had more. I wish we had what you could get in America. And hopefully for the 2025 season, Panini might listen and they will do that for us. So let's look at what's available in 2024 now if you are a WWE trading card collector. Okay, so we've made it to 2024 and we still want to collect WWE trading cards, but these are no longer in the stores and we don't want to use Amazon and we don't want to go on panini.co.uk, blah, blah, blah. This is what we've got. So this is the WWE Adrenaline XL set. I will be doing some rips on my next video for this set, but these are ones that I've already got, and I figured it would just be a good time to go through these. So if we have a look at this, this is now a trading card game. This is why Panini got in trouble, because these cards are just character cards or sports cards. It's not a game. This is a trading card game. I'm not going to go through the rules. That's not what we're going to do in this video, but you can quite clearly see that we are now in trading card game territory. So let's take a little look through this and see the kind of cards you get. There's a little bit more animation to it, you know, some colors and stuff like that. A little bit more inspiration. So we've got some cool characters here. Look, we've got Devon, JBL, we've got Booker, you know, and this is what the champion cards look like. So if we just take a look at these, there is actually a teeny little bit of like shininess to these cards. They're not great, but there's something there. Like there's slightly more inspiration to these cards, but not much. But to me, they are ruined by the fact that it is a trading card game. I would much rather collect these than these, but we'll see. I am going to make my way through the set and, you know, see how I get on. So these are the Adrenaline XL cards. They're about £1.80 a pack. Very commonly available in newsagents, in supermarkets all across the UK. And you can go on amazon.co.uk and pick them up. You can also go on to Panini's website and pick them up. We've got a Kevin Nash here. This is the same image, I believe, that they used for the 2022 debut edition. And I remember it being weird because it kind of looks like he's wearing a blue NWO shirt. And I don't think he ever did that, but I think it's just the lighting. Rick Steiner, the dog-faced gremlin. What a nickname that was. Sid Vicious, or Psycho Sid as he was in a WF. So this is quite a cool card. I really like the colors up to, you know, until we get to the stats bar here. Like I quite enjoy the black and gold. And like I say, there's a hint of shininess there. It's not great. The cutout of the, you know, the character isn't great, but it's okay. And we've got the no information on the back here, which it just tells us that it's a champion card. Yeah, so that's what Psycho Sid looks like. We've got a young Seth freaking Rollins with that two-tone hair. This is when I think this is his first NXT, yeah, or inaugural champion, 2012 NXT champion. With that, I hated that belt, by the way. But anyway, look, we've got a Seth freaking Rollins there, looking young as all hell. Charlie Dempsey, and you see where we're going with this now. Tag champs, that's pretty cool. There's slightly more inspiration, there's slightly more heart that's gone into this as a trading card game, though it still feels like an afterthought. It still feels like they've got this license, they don't want to use it, so they're just going to pump out anything because we will buy it because that's all there is. That's what it feels like. Panini quite often do that, unfortunately, and I've seen it a few times. What I do like actually is the Panini Jurassic Park set they did for the 30th anniversary. That is when Panini get things right. I'm going to probably pick up some of the cards from that set and see if I've got the motivation to actually complete that set. But anyway, this is where we are. So if you want to collect WWE trading cards in 2024, these are your options as far as being in the UK and having quick access to them without having to import anything. Of course, there is another option. You can go onto the internet and you can find a card shop in the UK and you can see if they've got any cards. Also, the other option is you walk into a shop and you see if they've got any WWE trading cards. But it's quite a specialist thing in the UK, and I can't imagine the market is that big, as big as it is in America. And I think therein lies the problem. But so these are your options. We've got Adrenaline XL over here. We've got the debut edition. And look, I've got a lot of criticisms about this set, but I would recommend picking it up whilst it's still somewhat available. It's a fun set for nostalgia. It kind of keeps your hand in with some of the more up-to-date guys. Obviously, it's 2 years old now. It's an okay set. You know, like, to me, it's just fun seeing these guys. You know, these were my heroes growing up, and I am a collector. Again, just look behind you from what you can see there. So it does tick quite a lot of boxes for me. I just feel let down. I just feel like Panini need to do more for the UK and European fans. That's all I'm saying. Now, I would be interested if any Americans watch this video to let me know what you guys think of these cards, not having access to them in the United States. Does that make these cards, like, you know, would you be chasing these cards? Are these desirable to you because they are not in your territory? Let me know. I'd be very interested. And if ever anyone wants anything sent over, let me know. I can get some stuff over to you. So anyway, we're going to finish it there. I just wanted you to take a look at your options. If you're a WWE fan and a trading card collector, this is what you've got. Easily available to you. That's not to say you can't go and get some Panini Prism or any of the other things that they do. I'm talking about the UK releases and what are actually available under the kind of license generally speaking. So this is our option. These are what we have, and they are okay. But Panini, you got to do better. Thank you very much for listening. If you have been even remotely interested, please hit the like button down below. A follow would be absolutely great, and get the conversation going down below. Let me know what you guys think of this, and if you've got any other ideas, or if there's any cards that I'm missing as far as any releases from beyond 2022 that you think would be worth collecting, let me know. Thank you very much for watching. See you on the next one.